Hello, home playtest. Can I hear you on Discord? Thank you. Say again? Oh, okay. Okay, got it. It's kind of low, but thank you. Okay, okay.
也没有地震，也没有这个风灾、水灾、火灾，什么都没有。
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Today is Christmas Day. Oh, time flies. Merry Christmas, everyone, again. Okay. How's everyone? Typically, every year by this time of the year, we go take a look at the Christmas lights. We don't do that anymore. You did it already? Oh, wow. Such party animals. Okay. All right. Let's continue then, studying Master YongHua's teachings.
The audio starts on 252.
252? Okay, so, excuse me. So he asked his students to do a lot of stuff, like bringing peace to people. And it's in the spirit, of course. For me, I'm more cynical if you want to do something, because I've seen it happen too often. People are very well-intentioned. They just don't know what to do. And to the point where they actually mess it up. So that's why. But it starts first with the proper attitude. Yeah, we want to bring peace. We want to help elderly people, so that in tomorrow this world will be safe and sound for everyone. No more earthquakes, wind disasters, water disasters, fire disasters at all. And the world is safe. Practically speaking, again, this is a Dharma ending age where eventually we have the three disasters will destroy our world. The first disaster will be the fire disaster. And then fire, water, and wind. And then, which will destroy up to the first dhyana heaven, okay, meaning even the celestial beings that reside in the first dhyana heaven palaces will die. And then the world disappeared for a while temporarily, and then people came back, repopulated, and then the next disaster will hit us, the water disaster. Water disaster, the water suddenly rises all the way, which will drown everyone here in Southern California, Northern California, everywhere, until it reaches the heavens of the second dhyana, where everyone will drown. All the celestial beings there will drown. That includes the Christian God and his retinues. And then eventually it will recover for a while. And then the third disaster would be the disaster of the wind, where the wind would blow so fiercely that it would destroy everything in this way. If you look at what we have nowadays, the tornadoes and so forth, that is nothing yet. You haven't seen nothing yet. And the wind disaster will destroy up to the third dhyana heaven, blew away everything in its way. And all the gods and goddesses in the third dhyana heaven would die, would perish. okay, and it will recover, and only gets worse from there afterwards, until the world will come to an end where people, one look at each other, we want to kill the other person. There's mutual destruction. And then that's near the end, and eventually the world will disappear. There's so much killing karma that very few beings would be able to survive. The ones who have blessings, the ones who have good roots, will then somehow decide to run away from the city, and they go up to the wilderness to get away from people. And that's how they survived. Okay, but eventually, our Saha world will come to an end. And during that time, no amount of meditation is going to help people, because people's heart is so evil. So if you think that little things, little nasty thoughts that you hide in your mind right now that no one knows about is harmless, actually they will magnify and multiply in the future, and will be part of the destruction of the world. So his teaching about bringing peace and having thoughts of peace for the world and helping the world actually is very helpful. It slows it down quite a bit. Okay? We can make a difference. And everyone will be safer if we only understand the importance of nurturing good thoughts, thoughts of non-harming, thoughts of helping others. Yes? The audio starts right now. Okay, start audio.
也没有地震，也没有这个风灾、水灾、火灾，什么都没有，地水火风这个灾呀，消除了，消除这个世界的平安。
Also, there will be no earthquakes, also no wind disasters, water disasters, fire disasters, nothing at all. The disasters of earth, water, fire, and wind are eliminated. Once eliminated, the world is safe.
平安了，连大家都平安了，连我现在呀也都平安了。
This world being safe, everyone is safe, and even I am now safe as well.
那么共同平安，你说这是不是应该最欢喜的一件事呢？
So together we are all safe. Wouldn't you say this should be the most joyous thing?
我们各位啊，长寿的人，我希望你们都活到3000岁、5000岁、10000岁，那么长帮助这个世界长长的平安。
So everyone, those who live long lives, I hope you all live to be 3,000, 5,000, or even 10,000 years old, that long, to help this world have long-lasting peace.
Okay.
今天
And it goes deeper and deeper. I really don't understand that he wishes us to live 1,000 years. There's a lot of suffering. 3,000 years, 5,000 years, 100 years is bad enough. You have to prolong it to 1,000 years, another 1,000 years. What for? There's a disconnect for me between me and this Chinese teaching here. Please help me out. What's the rationale here? Why would you want to live that long and be miserable? You know how difficult it is to live to be 100 years and the body doesn't function anymore? It's a lot of nice things to say, but really doesn't mean a whole lot to me personally. Would you like to live to be 1,000 years? I don't. Geez, can you imagine I live 1,000 years and all of you are dead already? Who do I live with? Okay, let's continue. Today I've used a lot of your precious time. Let's continue, please.
花你们宝贵的时间，我给用了很多。
Today I have used a lot of your precious time.
你们各位大要听的虽然很高兴呢，这个身体大要有多少疲倦了，因为做的时间也不少喽。
Although everyone here is happy to have listened, your bodies are probably quite tired by now, as you've been sitting for quite some time.
所以我现在也不想再对不起你们各位了，谢谢各位。
Therefore, I don't want to inconvenience you any further. Thank you, everyone.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure how much longer it will go for the blank sections. Do you know, Venerable Shinshin, since you did the slides? Because we can fast forward next time in this case.
the volume, at least. Fast forward. Jesus.
这个道场做成，这个道场也就是道场，这个道场就要护持道场，要帮助这个道场。这个道场也就是大家的良福田，最好的一个福田。所以世上觉得护法都要发心，尤其是皈依三宝的人更应该发心。
Okay. Do you want to seek blessings? Then you should come to protect and support the way place. Come help this way place.
Can we start reading the slide on 259? So just read until 273.
The responsibilities that should be fulfilled by someone who has taken refuge in the Triple Jewel, November 15th, 1970 to April 14th, 1971. At present, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions are allowing us to establish a way place. I went to see this way place multiple times and felt establishing it would not be an easy accomplishment.
Okay, I can read the Chinese. 有什么不容易呢？很多的工作要来做，需要人力，需要财力。
What's not easy? There is a lot of work to be done, requiring manpower and requiring financial resources.
那么人力就是来工作，财力就是要买种种的材料来把它做好了。
So manpower is needed to carry out the work, and financial resources are needed to buy various materials to complete the construction of the way place.
所以在这种情形之下，我们中美佛教会、佛教讲堂及
Therefore, under such circumstances, all Dharma protectors at our Sino-American Buddhist Association, the Buddhist Lecture Hall, and
金刚菩提海杂志所有的护法都应该尽一份自己的心力。
Vajra Bodhi C magazine should all put in a share of our own mental and physical efforts.
所谓有钱就出钱的功德，有力就出力的功德。
As the saying goes, those who have money can offer the merit and virtue of donating money. Those who have strength can offer the merit and virtue of donating strength.
那没有钱也没有力的，就出一个口的功德。
Then those who have neither money nor strength can offer the merit and virtue of word of mouth.
什么叫口的功德呢？
What is meant by the merit and virtue of word of mouth?
在口头上，各处帮着宣传一下，令不知道佛法的人能知道佛法各处。
It refers to using word of mouth to help spread information so that those who do not know the Buddha Dharma can come to know the Buddha Dharma.
令已经知道佛法的人，他们愿意做功德，可以来到我们这儿做功德。
And those who already know the Buddha Dharma and are willing to do meritorious and virtuous deeds may come to our place to do so.
我们自己本身都要节省一点金钱，要是能省下的，不用这个钱就不用，一定要用的才用。
We ourselves should all save a bit of money. If we can save it and avoid spending it, we shouldn't use it and only use it when it's absolutely necessary.
每一个人节省一点钱，来帮助这个道场，护持这个道场。这个道场就是大家种福的地方。
If each person saves a little money to help and support this way place and protect and maintain this way place, then this way place is a place where everyone plants blessings.
你想要求福吗？那就要来护持道场，来帮助这个道场。
Do you want to seek blessings? Then you should come to protect and support the way place. Come help this way place.
这个道场，也就是大家最好的福田地。
This way place is actually the best field of blessings for everyone.
Okay, are we there yet?
发现呢，他这个道场做成。
Okay. And go back. Okay. Master YongHua struggled a lot when he first came to the U.S. And I'm really amazed on how many people followed him to study, and many of them became monks and nuns, especially when he had no support whatsoever. But he's aware of the fact that a way place happens because the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas provide support and allow it to happen. And therefore, even for a person like him, it's his job to establish way places. And so that's always in the back of his mind. He's looking for somewhere where you can call it Chinese Mahayana way place. So saw this place multiple times and felt that it's worth a try. It's a lot of struggle, as you can imagine, because he's the kind of monk who would not curry for favors. And because that's what happens to Buddhist disciples. Typically, The religious disciples, when they give you money to build something, is usually in exchange for something else. Okay, and that would be transactional. That would be buying your salvation. That's usually what it takes for temples to happen, because the Buddhist disciples go to the monks and nuns and ask for salvation, ask for help in exchange for the financial support. And the monks and nuns are just too happy to do that. And Master YongHua was the only one I'm aware of who doesn't fall prey for that. Okay, so for him to establish a way place, it requires a lot of muscle power and as well as money. That's neither of which he has. The manpower to actually do the work. So you look at these early buildings, they're very shoddy. The construction is terrible, and it's a rather dangerous place because they have all these old wood and nails sticking out of them. It's amazing and how no one got seriously injured at all. Okay, so there's a lot of protection from the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Typically, at construction site, people get cut and get tetanus and all those things. Okay, and these people back then had no such ideas. They wouldn't even consider going and get a tetanus shot before they're allowed to work at the construction site. But he's aware of it, you see, so that's a lot. He's got a lot of help from the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And lots of protection from the Dharma protectors. And you can feel for him. He's really lacking in so many things and never asks for help. And therefore, very little money was given to him. And mostly it's like people who volunteered. They would go to work during the day and after hours would come and help out with the construction. Okay? It's dangerous to go to his way places under construction. And he says those who had neither money or muscles, they can help spread the word. I don't know. My attitude is that many monks and nuns have the aspiration to build temples. So we build another one, we're competing with them. What for? No one ever asked him that. So, Master, there are lots of monks and nuns. Many are more senior than you. Many are younger than you. They all aspire to build temples. Why do you need to build one? Because you build one, you take support away from the other temples, which need it more than you. So you spread the word of mouth about the Buddha Dharma, and then what? Then the disciples who used to go to this temple now go to your temples. It's always a catch-22 issue with me. On one hand, I'm grateful for the Sangha to be around so that I have a chance. On the other hand, if I build a temple, am I not providing more competition? How does it help? And if what you're hearing here is that they need financial support, and they need help, and we're taking it away from them. For a person like Master YongHua, who has virtues, and has a mission, it makes sense for him to do this. Because I'm grateful that he established a way place, because I looked all over so many way places, and his sets the standards for way places. That is a good reason to open a way place, to me. If you open a Me Too, then there's no point. So he never said that. It's difficult for him to say that. But as a latecomer, I always questioned that. I said, why do you keep on opening new way places when there's plenty of temples that need restoration, needs maintenance, need bringing more traffic. But luckily for us, it's his way places that set the new standards, and much higher standards for cultivation. That was necessary to give people like me a chance to come and learn and see what the standards were, because then I had a chance to go and visit the other temples and compare them. So yes, it's important. And I criticize him, but then at the same time, it's very important to do that and then spread the word as well, because people should have a chance to compare. Okay, not just go to the famous places. And that goes for their own temples now. Where when he was around, he set the new standards for way places. They're unparalleled. And after he died with it. The standard died with him. So now, our generation, we need to set new standards, higher standards. Okay, if you feel that you can set higher standards, have something to contribute, instead of just another noise, just another Me Too, then by all means, I would encourage you to open way places. If I can help, I'd love to help. Okay? And people can go and plant blessings at the way places. Try to be frugal and save your expenses. He's paranoid about frugality. To me, it's excessive. There must be a balance somewhere where you don't alienate, you don't waste, but then you don't want to alienate the Westerners either. Because you're so obsessed with saving money. That's too narrow a thinking. You have to outgrow this fear of poverty. So this way place is where everyone plants blessings. Who are we to say that we are the place for planting blessings? I don't think he should say that himself. Even his own way place is not the only place to plant blessings. I feel that all the way places are places for you to plant your blessings. I struggle with these concepts, that you better off planting blessings at his way places. See the 10,000 Buddhas, the dirty name there. Okay, to me, I would not bother personally. Okay, it's because it's me. To me, if instead of giving money to that place, I give money to the next temple, I walk here, next door here, and I assure you, I can create far more blessings because I do it right. If you look at all way places as way places of the permanently dwelling Sangha of the 10 directions, there's no more discrimination. He's promoting discriminating here. And it's true. At the time, yes, he's the best. I'm teaching you a better way. His is not the best. Because as long as your mind is discriminating, it says, I'm looking for the best ones, then it's not the best. I feel that if you are a Korean person and you have some excess money and whatever, you want to plant blessings, go to Korean temples and plant blessings with them, with the mindset, I'm supporting the temple of the 10 directions. And you know what? Don't worry about us. If you have that kind of mindset, okay, you eventually will benefit from it to ourselves in time. Do I sound right, or you buy that, or you say it just sound like another sales pitch? Just give it to someone else, don't give it to me. It's the concept of giving is to give without discrimination, folks. You have a chance to give, to practice giving, just give. Don't calculate so much. Naturally, if you happen to go to this Vietnam temple on the weekend, by all means go there, support them. Nothing wrong with it. Shanghai Temple, go to Shanghai Temple, support them. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the same mindset. It's a way place of the 10 directions. It's for everyone. No discrimination. I don't want you to feel like you're so special, that we are so special that we deserve more attention, special considerations. If you think so highly of yourself, you're going to struggle in your cultivation. In particular, with the way things are going, the temples are getting less and less financial support. They need help. And in particular, the monks and nuns don't know how to develop skills to make themselves useful. The days are gone where you sit there on your pedestal and expect the disciples to come and support you. Those days are gone, my friend. You have to justify your existence. What are you doing for society to take up space, take up electricity, water, and so forth? So instead of asking for help here, okay, there are lots of monks and nuns who are ill-equipped for this. This is why they need the help. You hear? Huh? Yes, they need people to come and support the way places. Okay, that's important. But this is how you all. That's where we all came from. I came from such places. I'm grateful for them. But also in the long haul, you need to be. To me, the Sangha has to become a meritocracy. You can't expect people to come and make offerings to you anymore. The young people are a lot more demanding, a lot more cynical. So I can't be a parasite to society, but you as a monk can? Really? I have to make a living and you don't? So I go to work and make money and then give my money to you because I'm supposed to? Yes, you're supposed to, but it's a kind of hard sell. Okay, so way places where everyone plants blessings. Please go plant blessings everywhere. Don't worry about us. When seek blessings, to come and support, protect the way place. Are we there yet? You're missing out on the fun, folks. You know, it's so weak to sit there and expect to receive support and adulations. There's no fun in there. This way place actually best feel blessings for everyone. It's true. But I'd be the last one to say that. Stop mumbling, I can't hear you.
We're starting here.
Do you want to seek blessings? Then you should come to protect and support the way place. Come help this way place. This way place is actually the best field of blessings for everyone.
最好的一个福田，所以是呢，觉得护法都要发心，尤其是皈依三宝的人更应该发心。
Therefore, all our Dharma protectors must bring forth a resolve, especially those who have taken refuge in the Triple Jewel should even more so bring forth a resolve.
发心呢，把这个道场做成就了。
Bring forth a resolve to complete the construction of this way place. As for yourself, do not waste money.
给自己呀，不要浪费金钱。咱们是节省一下这个金钱呢，来帮助道场。你自己。
You yourself should not waste money. You can save this money to help the way place.
没有什么必要的那个东西，你买了很多，那是没有什么用的。
The unnecessary things that you have bought a lot of, they are not of much use.
你莫呀，买一点福报，做点呢功德，人人呢发心来做功德，咱们这个道场呢就会成就了。
Instead, you should buy some blessings, do some meritorious and virtuous deeds. If everyone makes the resolve to come work, then the construction of this way place will be completed.
因为众志成城，大家的志愿呢，就来能造一个城，造一个。
Because with a united resolve, a city can be built. With everyone's collective aspirations, in the future, we can build a city.
一个城市，一个人呢，那是很困难。所以呀，主持道场，这是皈依三宝的唯一应该尽的一种责任。
Relying on myself alone, that is very difficult. So protecting and supporting the way place is actually a responsibility that should be fulfilled by those who have taken refuge with the Triple Jewel.
Okay, let's go back. He has a lot of issues, doesn't he? Building a way place is so much work. And I think at the time he had quite a few followers, young people. And they, many of them were Asians, few Caucasians. But a lot of them were making a lot of sacrifices for him. Okay, he's a very virtuous monk. He inspired that kind of support from his students, and so that's why he keeps on talking like this. He says you should be donating money, donating your time, and so forth. Or spread the word so that more people can take advantage of this Buddha Dharma here. We are starting in old San Francisco, and so that they can come and learn about Mahayana. Okay, that's very important. So all these people who helped out gained tremendous merit and virtue. That's true. And it makes you wonder what happened to all of them. Most of them went away. Yes, 5.
I have a question. So that old picture of Master Shinhwa with the first Sangha, with all the white Sangha, 10 people when they were wearing stitched up blankets and whatever they had, was that when his first Sangha, or do you know if he first had like 2 or 3 monks and nuns and people kept on, they would come and go and quit and stay?
I don't know exactly. From what I know is that he opened summer retreats, summer classes at his old temples, and where a bunch of University of Washington, like master's degree students would spend the summer there to study Chinese, to study the Shrangama Sutra, and he would cook for them. He would teach them Chinese, they'd learn how to translate into English, and so forth. So it was happy times in a way, because they were students, they were poor, they were idealistic, and Master Shinhwa has great way virtue. So that's why quite a few of these students who went there for the summer retreat, quite a few of them shaved their heads. They became impressed with that lifestyle and the meaning of life that no one ever taught them before. And so these people, that's what they did. Those were the early disciples. And of course, there were Caucasians, and therefore they couldn't survive for very long. Okay, it's a culture clash. It maybe the Dharma sounds good to you, but the Caucasians, they don't have the value system to be able to sustain it. Okay, so later, like the people like Heng Shi and all those people, they came later, and they're Caucasians, but they actually were more Chinese than Caucasians. Then they were able to survive longer. Okay, but the early disciples were basically Caucasian students from U of Washington, master's degree program in Buddhology or something. And so most of those did not survive. okay? Especially men, in particular, are weak. White men are weak. Okay? And they can't take a beating. And the Buddha knew that. That's why the Buddha allowed men to walk in front of women to make them feel better temporarily. But it's a lot easier for the lay people to go to work and go to the temple and enjoy helping out and enjoy studying from Master YongHua, because he's very charismatic, and his teaching is eye-opening. Opens your heart, opens your eyes to life, to the meaning of life. And so, but most of them did not make it. Most of them did not, were not built to last as a Sangha. Because as a monk, it's a lot more, much more difficult than just the initial excitement. Okay? Did I answer your question? So most of them fell off by the wayside. Actually, later, much later, when they came back and they went away and they came back and they had a career, had a family, and they came back and they reminisced like his disciples like to do. 25 years they reminisced. Same teaching over and over again, every year is the same thing. Not very creative. That tells you the caliber of such people. I'd be bored out of my mind. 25 years of reminiscing. No one seems to be bothered by that. So the Dharma stalled for 25 years, nothing new. Except that when you reminisce, your recollection plays tricks on you, and you lose more and more of it. So this is what I consider to be weak, because that's all you can think of. You don't dare look forward to the future. That's why you look to the past. But when he was alive, he provided a lot of important guidance for these people, and they set the foundation for so-called cultivation that many other temples had to keep up with them in order to not lose face with their own followers. Okay, save money. Keep on talking about saving money. To protect the way place. Okay. Why do you want to seek blessings? And then you should come and support the way place. You see, it's so self-serving, it's so Chinese. See, I don't know if it bothers you or not, but for a Western educated person, it's too self-serving. You don't talk like that without losing credibility. Doesn't matter how true it is. You just don't talk. You should come and support this way place because this is the best place. No, it isn't. It's the worst place. Best place is elsewhere. See, this way place is actually the best field of blessings for everyone. Seriously? I mean, it didn't seem to bother his students. But it bothers the heck out of me. I'm so embarrassed. I said, my God, that was my teacher. talk like this, and no one objected to it. So everyone should bring forth the result of this fourth or triple jewel. You see, again, it's not untrue, but he's building discrimination. I'm very grateful for that, because it turns out his is the best way place. It sets the standards. Yes, it's important to have that. But for him to say that this is the best place for you to plant blessings, to me, there's a disconnect. You should know that internally, but you should not be proclaiming it. It's not cool. Okay? Even if it's true, you don't say it. It doesn't bother you Asians at all, and you listen to this? I'm embarrassed. I said, oh my God, that's my teacher. He talks like that. Don't waste money. How can we ask you to come support the temple when you should be supporting your own family? It's bad enough you work, and then you, at the end of the day and on the weekend, you disappear, you come to the temple, and then you spend money on the temple. How do you justify that to your husband? Husband says, okay, honey, you do whatever. But in the back of his mind, he says, I wish she would pay more attention to me. Who are we to tell you to support us? Because this is the best field of blessings. If it's such a best field blessing, shouldn't that be everywhere? Yes, too.
Thank you, Master. So according to the Sutra of 42 chapters, and there's a different factor of multiplication factor. This is one thing. You said that nowadays we are mercenary, and we are. And so personally, I benefited a lot from cultivating in your way places. And so it's very logical for me to contribute to your temples. I'm just that shallow. Thank you.
Well, I'm very grateful for that. I will never turn down any donations. Lord knows how much more money we need to fix a roof. It's not that. It's just that conceptually I find it hard to proclaim that we're the best when I know it may be true, but actually it doesn't help the other temples. It's wrong to say that just because it's true doesn't mean we should be saying it. It's not helping the other temples. That's my problem with it. Okay? There's a flip side of it, where if you don't say it, people say you're misleading me. Okay? So there's a balance that you need to strike somehow. Okay? But also there's a thing where you say you just don't promote yourself as the best, as the place for you to come and plant blessings. To me, it's just wrong. You just don't do that. There's no class in doing that. Instead, you should be saying, if you want to support a temple, go and support the good way places. There are lots of good way places. Okay? And you should bring forth the result to help support them. They really appreciate your support. They can use your support. That should be the attitude. Instead of saying, we're the best, we're for real. Baloney. If you're really the best, you're for real, then why do you need support? Seriously? Have you thought about it? If you're so important, what you're doing is so important, you think the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas don't know that? That you need to promote yourself? To me, it's just wrong. The principle is wrong. If you really are that good, if you really are that important, let the people decide for themselves. You don't need to say anything. Let the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas decide for themselves. We don't need, you should be the last one to promote ourselves. It's just fundamentally wrong to promote yourself. It's not Buddhism. Who are we to say, okay, I'm important for your children, for your future, your children and your great-grandchildren. Okay, this is good for them. Who am I to decide that? When you need to invest in your family, you need to take care of your family. They need help. Yes, 7.
Master, this was done like 1974, is it?
Yeah, around the early 70s, yeah.
And when did Master YongHua come to United States?
He came in the late 60s. And then he stuck in a basement for 6 years, doing nothing but meditate.
So this is about the first 5-7 years after he started really taking disciples and building American Mahayana.
Yes, he's very poor. Very, very poor.
So I just think fundamentally he is at a very different developmental stage. Like at that stage, his main job here is to promote to promote Chinese Mahayana, and you said those disciple level is so low. If you teach them complex ideas such as donate to everybody equally with no discriminating mind, I don't know whether they will get it. And it might be even difficult to even tell them we are the best, donate to me, trust me. It might still already be hard. I just think for the very first
So what was he supposed to do? You agree with this? That we're the best and this is the best place for you to plant your blessings?
I think that build faith. I don't think it's the most perfect way, perfectly aligned with the principle. Practically speaking, it built faith with his disciple and it teach the disciple a simple act of contribution, which is probably way beyond what they are currently doing, wasting their money on drugs and whatever it is.
That may be true.
I don't know what choice he has.
It may be true, but there's and you maybe you're right. But my objection is on a theoretical perspective. Okay? You never promote yourself. It's just wrong to me. Doesn't matter how right you are, whether you're Buddha. Buddhas don't promote themselves. Never. Not for the sake of building a temple. I'm sorry, folks. Buddha never cared for temples. They don't ever find themselves having to justify, you better give me money for me to build my temples. If you really are Buddha, you want temple, here's a temple. Should not stop you. Lack of money should never stop you as a Buddha, as a Bodhisattva. Yes, too.
Thank you, Master. In the late 60s, early 70s, and there wasn't really quote-unquote proper Buddhist temples in United States at that time. This is one thing. The other thing is after Venerable YongHua came to United States, he admired the Christian and the Catholics, how they their system. So that's actually one of the reasons he sent his disciples to university to get an education, because
You're putting words in his mouth. You have to be careful, girl. How do you know he admired Catholicism? He said so?
Yes, I can send you the quote. He said, look at the priests. They were all college educated. And so
that's admiration?
That's not. But he said this is a good system.
For what?
For training basically the theologians.
No, it isn't. You don't realize how many problems they have. The training has flaws. That's why they struggle so much nowadays. There aren't enough theologians to go around because they drop out. They could not keep up with the requirements of the time, the difficulties of the time for a theologian. You're not speaking based on facts. You have to be careful when you talk to me, because I listen and say, okay, what are your facts? It doesn't sound like him. He doesn't admire Catholicism. He doesn't admire their system. Not at all. The system is based on you buying your salvation. We don't do that in Buddhism. If we allow you to go around and screw and skill people and then con people with your cryptocurrencies and your investments and your scams, and then we accept your money to erase your retribution, we can do that, but we just don't do that. Because it promotes greed in our ranks. And the temple is built upon blood money. That's no good. It's counter to the principle of Buddhism. I have a problem with this, for him proclaiming his temple is the best. It's a fact, it's the best, but you don't ever say that. It's just wrong. You don't do that in America. Maybe you can do it in China. Is it okay to do it in China? Huh? Asians? Is it normal for you to do that? It's no class. To me, it's no class whatsoever. You have to promote yourself. That's not cool. To me, it's not cool at all. You should get used to being poor. Assholes. Yes, 6.
Master, I might not be saying this correctly, but it's just a question. So this is published, right? And usually you tell us not to edit it, but then it seems like you have your thoughts about the topic. So let's say if I was in that position, should I edit it out or should I just leave it in for discussion? Because it sounds so heavy.
Just leave it. There's no need to edit. It just is what it is. Doesn't mean I'm right. I'm just happen to speak my mind, that's all. Just because my master says so doesn't mean I'm 100% agree with it. I agree whatever makes sense for me, that works for my times. But if whatever doesn't work, it's my job to spell it out for you. Don't do this. Please don't do this. Let me tell you, if you really need money, if you really need support, leave it to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. You don't have to plot for and say, I'm the best. You need to give me money. You need to save money. And instead of wasting it on your family, on toys for your children, who am I to tell you not to buy toys for your children and for your nephews? If it's important to you, by all means, do it, please. To me, he's missing the big picture here. He just said, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, at the beginning of today's class, he says, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas agree that I should have a way place. And then he went downhill from there. I'm teaching you differently. He feels justified in telling his disciples and so forth, and it may be factual, it may be true, but you don't do that. I don't do that. Okay? There's no class in doing it. People will judge us. You know? And so, after all, with these people, it's about money, isn't it? They talk a big game. They talk about saving the world. But ultimately, it boils down to that for wisdom. Money, money, money. They're the best, therefore you need to go give them money. Baloney, if you're the best, you should tell people to go give money to everyone else because they need it more than you. What is the matter with you? Why are you so preoccupied with yourself? Because if you're that good and you still need to depend on other support, you're weak. And that's exactly what he created over there. The weak. They're so scared of losing support from their followers. That's what all the monks and nuns are nowadays. They're so scared of losing their supporters. Instead of worrying about what's best for their supporters. And this is why it's called Dharma ending age, because all the monks and nuns are only worried for themselves. And if you do that, you are taking part in the demise of Mahayana, of Buddhism in general. boys and girls, as I told you, get used to being poor. Okay, we're going to be poor the rest of our lives. Forget it. That's how it is. Don't just sit there secretly, oh, I hope that someone will come and support Master and do something important. Hell no. No one will come support us. You know, there are better things to do with the money, with the times. Don't secretly sit there and hope someone will appreciate you and come and support you. Instead, you should say, okay, you want to help everyone. Is it too hard for you? I'm worried, folks, because this is the attitude, you're going to end up like them. That worries me. I'm not worried about you being poor. I'm worried about you becoming like them, parasites. Don't waste money. Save your money and give it to me. Jesus, good Lord. And a lot of things are not much use. Okay? You have your reasons. I trust your reasons. Instead, saved by some blessing, meritorious deeds, help the construction way place will be completed. You know, for 20 years, we've been always operating under the spirit of we're poor, we're poor, we're poor. We barely have enough. Because everything we have is to help propagate the Dharma to the point where if having a big statue is not going to help the Dharma propagation that much for you, we ignored it. When normal, ordinary Buddhist disciples who come to our temple snicker and say, this is a Buddha hall? It will happen in time. You don't worry about it. You know, praise the Buddha. I hope none of you praise at night and go and praise the One Yin Bodhisattva and Amitabha Buddha and Medicine Master Buddha and say, you know, please have a statue for Master YongHua. Jesus Christ. You know, the 3 statues back there, it's all given to us. We didn't ask for it. We used to put, what is it? That photo of Amitabha Buddha right there you see in front when you walk up the stairs. That'd be the main attraction. And you know, the funny thing is Amitabha Buddha never complained. Okay, any questions and comments? On the other hand, don't think I'm stupid. Let's go for it, because I calculate too.
Thank you, Master. I just want to say thank you. The first week of Jianqi was Foji was amazing. That it went by so fast when I was at DTT with Master XC, and he was so kind. And then I went home, went to work for 2 days, and I start my fast on Friday, beginning of the last day of Jianqi, of Foji, and then I fast for 9 days, and I went back to work for 2 days. So today is my Thursday after my fast. When I went back to work, Master, even though I volunteered to take care of one of the patients in the operating room for C-section. And when I went inside the operating room, I monitored the baby heart rate. It looked perfectly fine. But the moment I took off the monitor of the baby heart rate, then somehow I pick up like a drop in the heart rate. Normally other people would ignore it, but somehow at that moment I pick it up and I say, I would verify, make sure it's really the baby, because it could be a mom heart rate. If it's other nurse, I'm pretty sure it will be missed. But I listened to my gut feeling. I put the ultrasound back on, and sure enough, the heart rate start dropping down. Then I turn around, I told the anesthesiologist, and I have my coworker say, press that emergency C-section ASAP. And within a minute, a surgeon went into the operating room, and 7 minutes later, we got the baby out. Because the baby was breech, so an emergency C-section. So our doctor cut into the baby butt a little bit, with just a little scratch, but baby came out healthy. If we did not pick up that heartbeat, that baby could have a pretty bad result. So I give that credit to the training that you have for us here in our temple. And it is so difficult to see you in the first few days of the Jianqi that we have you talk, and it's hard for me to see you going through all that stuff. I really appreciate you, Master, and thank you so much for shouldering all the obstacles so that we can have our peaceful training and our Sangha. And your hard work and the Sangha hard work doesn't go unnoticed. I don't know what to say, but I'm so grateful of you and the Sangha. Thank you, Master.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the feedback. I'm glad that you helped a baby. Okay. And the baby has some scars to show for the rest of the baby's life.
It's either his scar or his life, or her life, yeah.
So it's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yes.
But it's very kind of for you and your husband to come on Christmas Day and share a little bit of time with us. I know you have a big family, and for you to make this move is a very loud statement about the importance of the temple to you. So we're grateful for that.
Yes, we did. I've been working, so today is my only day off this week. So I have my in-law from LA came up, and from other city came in. We have a party, and after they left, I told my husband, hurry up, we need to go to our temple. And normally he would say, this time, he was so excited to go with me. So I think I think I'm lucky, and the children are happy at home. So I can't wait to go home and watch some holiday movie with them, and would like to share some time with our temple. Thank you, Master.
Yes, absolutely. Spend time to bond with the family, and that's very, very important. This is the time of the year for that. Okay? And also, since we're here and time is, I ran out of time, I want to make the announcement that we're very patient. We are building up our repertoire of Dharma to share with you. So comes this summer here, is it going to be here at WMT or DTT? We're going to be doing 3 weeks of recitation, okay, and 1 week of Chanchi, okay, because I think we're ready in that. I want Soju Sunim to do, she says, feel that she can handle the Emperor Liang's repentance. Just 1 week right there in this summer. I thought I'd make the announcement for you. And then 1 week of Wan In Chi here, and 1 week of Ho Chi, capped by 1 week of Chan Chi. Okay, everyone? Yes, in the back.
Master, the Emperor Liang Chuo repentance is usually they do it in 10 days or 8 days. So within a week, I don't know how do we schedule and space the time. Does it mean that people will stay over just like a tea?
Yeah, we can live at 7-8 days.
Master, does it mean we will have a lecture, Dharma talk every night as well? That'll be wonderful.
I don't know. Are there materials for it? It's easy for me to criticize him when I have this material. So, it's relaxing for me. So open my big mouth, that's all. See if we can find some materials, okay? Of course, we want to lecture, to talk Dharma, speak Dharma for you every day. That's our tradition, okay? All right, 6.
Master, the Portuguese told me they're very shy. Sylvia, she finished her 9-day fast and she sat for 10 hours today.
Very nice. Great job. How do you feel? 2.
2?
Yeah.
I'm feeling more peaceful, but still struggling with the knees, the pain in the knees for staying so long sit.
You're supposed to struggle. Okay, put some oil in there.
Yes.
Okay?
I try.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, we stop here tonight. Thank you, everyone.